about the sexual harassment at workplace. And generally when we talk about the sexual harassment, we are living in an era in which globalization is being done. If there is injustice anywhere in the world, that it means injustice to everywhere. And this is the problem. It's not being faced by only any particular nation, but this is the problem being faced everywhere. But my dear friends, whenever we talk about the sexual harassment, we talk about the females. Why don't we talk about the males? They are not get sexually harassed. It is not about the sex. It is about touching the power of a person who is growing up. No matter whether it is a female or a male. Because day by day, discrimination of this is getting more and more closer. It's not being yet so discriminated. Many times males are very good looking and the mistress, head of the department, harass this person. But nobody is going to listen about him. Why is it so? There is no as such law. Most of the laws in the entire world is in favor of the females. But being a female, even I support the male, those who are being harassed, because world don't need only a female. World need equal equation between male and females. So, and I believe even in my country, there are so many laws made. Even in, as much as I know, even in US, there are so many laws are made regarding the females. Any female can come up with a story and the other will feel, oh, it's so painful. You are facing so much. Oh dear. Because biologically, females are more attractive. And people think they are delicate. Even females are the more strong than the male. Am I wrong? If I am wrong, then any can oppose me. Because I find female is the one who gives birth to a new person. Male can't give a birth. And yet we find that females are delicate? No, females are delicate, but the most strongest creature of the nature. And my purpose is to talk about the sexual harassment, that if we see a sexual harassment or any sort of harassment is going on anywhere in the world, we have to keep it up. Is it correct to keep silence? No, we have to speak it up. Otherwise, it will continue by generation and generation. As I believe, if you see something, say something. If you don't say, that my boss will get angry. No matter whether it is about a male or a female. If you come up, your next upcoming generation will be learning from you, will be thankful for you for giving the more beautiful world to them. If anybody has any doubt regarding my words, if they think that I am speaking something wrong, they can come up and ask me whether am I wrong or right. Anyone can ask me. And last thing, I will sum up my words with this. Please, what we need to do is to show the courage to come up with the words. One has to be fearless, because everybody talks, there is a problem that we are facing, a sexual harassment, but nobody comes up with the solution. Only making the laws is a solution? No. Implement of the law. And apart from that, keep your jealous part aside. Keep that part of competition aside. Be a person, be a human being first of all. And if you see something wrong is happening to someone, please speak it up. Stand up. Be a pioneer of that person. Don't be shy. Don't think, oh, I will be the one who can face the problem. Please don't do that. Please. Even my audience, they are very little one, but still I want them to come up If any one of you will come up, I will think what I said, it's worth enough. If anybody will not come up, then I will think it was useless to talk. I find and I want all of you to be a fearless, and I want everyone to be a pioneer. Sexual harassment not only for the side of the females, but especially for the males also, because there is no yet any law has been made. No one is going to support them. Nobody is going to believe them. People will think, oh, what rubbish is talking. He must be wrong. He must be saying something to the mistress. He must be saying wrong to the boss. No. Many times they face a problem. Many times they get depressed. But they have to be supported by the females. I need this. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening so patiently.
Hello everybody, I am Suruchi. This is my first time attending the World Women Economic Forum. I'm pretty excited to be over here and meet everybody and get to know my sisters who have done so much as compared to me. Just being a lawyer, my story is not that happening. It's not that I've done any entrepreneurial work. I'm trying to do my bit in the society. So I am a lawyer specializing in labor laws, and as you would know, sexual harassment at the workplace is a part of that labor laws. So doing my bit, I help companies and people like women who are suffering through that issue when they have sexual harassment. I help them understand what the law is, and even do training sessions at the companies, and that we are preventing it, prohibiting it, and redressing it. The three main things, like the act itself, is sexual harassment at work, for women at workplace, prevention, prohibition, redressal. That is the main agenda. And in my opinion, the first point overall is just attacking the root cause of it all by sensitizing the people of this country and sensitizing what this issue is all about and attacking it. Because once we have sensitized, we all come from varied backgrounds. I mean, this place is right now full of varied backgrounds, and India, being such a diverse country, is again full of varied backgrounds. Every few miles the language changes, every few miles the whole, the state becomes different, the language changes, the people change, they're different. My sensibilities as a city girl would be different from a town girl. The town girl sensibilities will be different from a person who comes from a rural area. So how do we address that issue is by holding sessions, by sensitizing the general public at large why this is, to prevent what is happening, and to allow women to make sure that we have a proper framework in the workplace, so that we give the women a good environment, and so that they are comfortable enough that if in case something does happen to them, they can come, they can lodge their complaint to the committee. They can, they'll be comfortable in coming forward and telling the company that, look, I have had this issue and I want to now go forward with it, or you help me out with it. A big part of that is, of course, prohibition. You try to avoid it, by making sure that people know that this is a crime. You will suffer consequences because of that. And then is the redressal part, where we make sure that the committees know what they're doing. There is impartiality, there is independence, there is no retaliation towards the women. Our job as a lawyer, my small part in this whole process, is to make sure that this issue, which has now, since the whole #MeToo movement has picked up all around the world, not just US, India, President Moon Jae-in in South Korea also said that I acknowledge this is a major issue right now happening, and a major part of it can be addressed if we understand the cultural differences between everybody, and we adjust the attitudes of everybody, so that they know that women and men, are a coexisting part of the society. We cannot, be also in isolation, and if we have to coexist, we should be, mindful of everybody's personal space, mindful of their dignity, mindful of the fact that if they're working together, they need to be working with respect with each other, and not violating anybody's personal space. So that would be the current issue that I am dealing with, and I'm also trying to make my own impact and my own contribution towards this issue. And as Anush, I had the pleasure of hearing her in the morning, and she said that our fight is not against men, our fight is against this whole issue in society, which we need to get rid of, and which we need to tackle in our own way. And she has another session again after this, so I think we'll have the pleasure to hear her on the whole legal scenario as well. Suruchi, yeah. Thank you. Woo.